Welcome to Something Positive for Positive People. I'm Courtney Brain. Something Positive for Positive People is a nonprofit organization that helps people who are living with an STI be able to get connected to the support and resources that they need in order to move forward through their diagnosis. And this includes mental health or access to mental health professionals. And we're raising money to be able to support people by paying for their mental health services. And we also uplift and support the resources available from sex educators so that more people are prepared with the right tools to equip them to have pleasurable experiences throughout their sexual debuts and explorations. I like how that sounded. I'm going to have to save that and continue to share that throughout. So, yeah, if you want to support, please visit spfpp.org. You can submit a contact form. Really, the only two things we need right now are just money and media. I have a little bit of money that's been raised so far that may pay for like 2 therapy sessions for some lucky person, but the more we get, the more helpful it is. And we also have the Patreon page, patreon.com/SPFPP, if you want to support that way. Speaking of support, I want to thank our supporters, Dating Positives and Waxo. Waxo is a digital magazine and it's very LGBT friendly. It allows for me to be able to share content in regards to herpes and STI advocacy, and it's very uplifting for the messaging that I'm trying to get across through Something Positive for Positive People, and their support has really helped with allowing me the freedom to be able to record 1 episode a week of Something Positive for Positive People. We've got the website up, the nonprofit organization paperwork has all gone through, and I've been able to draft up like a legit mission statement for this, and I'm very excited to see what you all have helped Something Positive for Positive People become. And Dating Positives is an alternative. I mean, if you're someone who is STI positive and you're not quite ready to deal with that rejection potential, or if you just not become comfortable enough to be able to tell a complete stranger, hey, I have herpes and this is what it means for me, this is what it means for you, this is what I want to do to move forward, then that's a great place to start. Just getting to know people, making friends, being able to have conversations, and ultimately you learn, you and the other person, there's so many more important things to look for in a person outside of their diagnosis. But if that's something that you want to get yourself into, like it was helpful for me to be able to access a positive dating site like Dating Positives in order to really get back into my personality and who I am and begin to explore other people as well. So this podcast guest we have is Billy Perez. That's not his real name. You'll hear him say it, but it's very complicated. He said people say it like IKEA. He's from Spain. He is in digital marketing for Svacom, which is a sex toy company. I actually bought something from them for Sierra, and I want to thank Erica Force, the sexualexual on Instagram, for recommending this company. I bought the mini Emma for Sierra. Oh, by the way, if you go to Svacom, SVAKOM.net, and you use our code at checkout, it's just plus people. To get 40% off at checkout is the + people, all one. So you got the + people. That is what the code is, and I'll be sure to link that in the show notes. That's a really big freaking discount, so if you need any anal toys, butt plugs, if you need vibrators, there's like these these remote-controlled vibrators for partners. There's the mini Emma. Go on there. Yeah, scroll through, look at the products. They have products for penis owners and vagina owners. I'm even going to use a discount code to get a couple of other things for Sierra and myself. So I hope you enjoy this episode with Billy Perez from Svacom. Again, that discount code is just a + and the word people put together. So it's positive people, but it's just with that +. I hope that makes sense to anyone who's unable to check out the show notes to get that. So that's 40% off, applied at checkout. Without further ado, here's Billy Perez.
Hey, how are you there? How are you doing? Let me introduce myself a little bit. So my name is Iker Perez, and I'm from Spain. But almost everyone knows me here as Billy because they cannot pronounce the R, the R. So they used to call me IKEA, and I got tired of that. So yeah, everyone knows me here about Billy. I really would like to share my story. I have to say that I'm STI negative and HIV negative, but I was was dating a guy who was HIV positive. And I think actually this story really changed me. Because the thing is like, first of all, I have to say that I've been living in China for 3 years. So as you can imagine, living in China is totally different world than living in any other type of country. Like here, there are a lot of restrictions, things that I cannot say just in case someone is tracking me. No, but like, yeah, there are a lot of restrictions, like you don't have access to Facebook, you don't have access to Google, you don't have access to Pinterest, and of course, you don't have access to a lot of information. This is actually really bad because I would say like what I feel from China is like there is a really big misinformation about STIs, how to prevent them, and what you can do to fight against that, right? So first of all, I also have to say that I'm gay, right? So gay people, we generally have a lot of sex due to some apps like Grindr or Tinder, right? So what I found here, since I'm living here already for 3 years, is like people don't know anything related with sex education. A lot of people, they won't even meet with you if you're willing to have sex with a condom. So it's kind of tricky also because the PrEP here is not legal. So you have to be really careful. So yeah, I would say like my story with my ex-boyfriend, right? This happened like a year and a half ago. So I started dating a guy, and I didn't know he was HIV positive. But the thing is, like, he didn't know that he was HIV positive either. So we started meeting, we started dating, we started like going for dinner, cinema, like regular meeting people, right? Nothing like really special. So it was kind of weird because we were already like for almost 7 months together, right? We were thinking about moving together. Like he already knew all my friends, I already knew all his friends. So everything was pretty good. But one day, suddenly everything started like getting super dark, and I was like, dude, what the hell? What the hell is going on here? I mean, something is going on here because you are not like behaving as you used to behave. I don't know. And he was like, no, everything is fine. I'm just like not going through good moments. And I was like, dude, it's okay. You can share with me. I mean, I'm your boyfriend, right? We're a couple already. We have been dating for months. We are even planning to live together. So I think it will release you if you tell me what's your problem. And I think like I can also help you, right? So he was really sad when he told me like he was gonna get like a nose surgery. So he told me like the doctors couldn't do this surgery. But I was like, dude, but why? I mean, it's just a nose surgery. Like, is it that important for you to do like static nose surgery? Is it that sad that is like destroying all your world, dude? You are not even eating. You are not even meeting your friends. We are not even meeting at all. So what the fuck is going on here? Okay, anyways, so I was like, dude, what the hell is going on here? So he didn't want to say it, and he was not replying to me anymore. So at the end, I was like getting angry. I was like, dude, maybe there is another guy, maybe there is not a problem. Maybe I am the problem, because it was that point that he didn't want to share. I asked his friends, because I am friend with them, right? They didn't want to share, or not that, like, oh, no, I don't know, I haven't talked with him. So you are like, for sure, it's gonna be my problem. So I told him, okay, like, I don't give a fuck anymore. We are gonna meet here, we are gonna have a dinner, and we are gonna talk. So we met that day, we met in a restaurant, and we were having dinner. But of course, we were not talking. It was kind of awkward. So I would consider myself like a really chill person, and so I told him like, dude, okay, let's break this ice. This is starting being awkward. I mean, we are a couple. We have been dating already for 7 months. I mean, dude, we have to talk. There is no way we are gonna stay. Like, we are not gonna talk anymore. Especially because it's something that is bothering you apparently, and you don't want to tell me. And then he was like, I'm sorry, I cannot. And I was like, dude, if you don't tell me, I'm gonna fucking leave. So I'm gonna give you 20 seconds to think about it. It's fair. If you don't want to talk anymore with me, it's okay. We are done. But if you don't talk in this dinner, it's over. I'm sorry. And he was like, please, no, I don't want that. They were like, well, I don't know. That's the thing. You said you don't want that, but the thing is like, I don't know. I don't have any type of information. I'm started thinking that you are meeting another guy, and it's fine. I mean, the world is not over, right? And then you were like, no, I promise you, it's nothing related with other guys. This is not happening. And I was like, well, so no. So then tell me. And then I was like, this cannot be possible only because of the nose thing. Then he said, I will tell you in a week. And I said, like, wait, what? What are you going to tell me in a week? No, I want to know now. And then he said, like, I'm not sure yet because I'm waiting for something. So I will tell you in a week. Then I was like, holy shit, this is something related with health, right? And then he just started crying in the restaurant, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? What's going on? Are you okay? I honestly didn't think it was HIV, you know? So I was like, maybe they found something like cancer or something. That's why they couldn't do their surgery at first. Then he started crying like, I'm sorry, I need to leave the restaurant. So he just ran away. I just like quickly pay and I follow him. So we went out of the restaurant and he was still crying. And I was like, dude, okay, I'm sorry if I push you too much to tell me what's going on. Maybe you need your time. Maybe you need time to process. But you have to understand that I don't have any type of information. Just that you don't want to talk with me, you don't want to talk with your friends, you don't want to talk with anyone. And I don't know why. And I'm worried because we're a couple, right? So at that point, he was like, it's okay. I'm so sorry as well. I don't know how to handle these emotions. This is something I never expected in my life to happen. So I really don't know what I'm going to do. And I was like, but what's going on? Are you okay? Are you going to fucking die? What happened? What's the situation? Do they have to? I don't know. So he's like, I need to wait. So I was going to get my anesthesia for the nose surgery. But then they realized I was positive in HIV. So they had to analyze first that before putting the anesthesia. I don't know how this works. Maybe in China it's like this. I don't know, maybe it's in the whole world. I don't have any idea about surgeries and anesthesia and this one. But my first reaction, I was in fucking shock. First of all, because of him. And second, because of me. Because we were dating, and of course we were having sex without protection for a while, because I mean, he was my couple, right? So, and actually, I must say, like, I would consider myself before a little bit dirty guy, but he was really innocent guy, right? So he only hooked up with like 5-6 people in his whole life. I will add a couple of zeros there to my list, but for him, it was just like 5-6, so I never expect him to have anything. But the thing is, like, I always had sex with condom, always. Except with my couples, because first I come from Spain. In Spain we have good sexual education, and second is like HIV cases in Spain, they are raising a lot, so more and more information is coming up, so you can have a lot of them. But you have to think that we are in China, and in China there is not like just talking about sex is really extremely taboo. Everything related with sex is taboo. It's impossible to maintain a serious conversation about sex here. Like, everyone will start laughing, or, oh my god, I don't want to talk about this. Let's don't talk about this. So yeah. Coming back, I was really shocked when he told me, right? So then he immediately started crying even more and saying, like, dude, I'm sorry. I'm never gonna be able to forgive myself if you are positive, and I'm sorry. But you have to test yourself. So my first reaction, it was like, okay, I hugged him. He was like, dude, okay, no problem. We are going to handle, okay? Whatever happens, we are going to handle. And his answer is like, I don't want to handle. This is just what I don't want. I don't want to handle anything. Sorry, I need to leave. I was like, dude, don't leave, please. I mean, you just told me this. You might be HIV positive. I might be HIV positive. We need to talk. I mean, I'm sorry. You need to be with me. You need to cry. Fucking cry. I was actually not crying. But I was like, okay, you need to release your shit. Release it. You need to release with someone. at that point, I understand that he didn't tell anything with his friends, because I don't know. It's not like states in Europe. Like in China, it's really fucked up. If you are HIV positive, you are shit. Like it's really extremely bad. So I know, like even in everywhere, like even in Spain, like you can have like you can be criticized, like, oh, look at that guy, he's HIV positive. But in China, it's gonna be that multiplied by 300. Like I heard comments of I don't even want to have dinner with him because maybe if we share the fork, I will get HIV. I don't want to drink from the same glass. What if we are dancing and he touched me or he grabbed me to dance? So you can have an idea what is the level of misinformation here. So it's not easy to be Chinese and to be HIV positive and to tell someone. It's really difficult because they are gonna fucking leave you alone. You are like the worst thing. You are the worst thing ever. So I told him like, dude, don't fucking worry. So let's stay together. Let's talk about it. Release everything, and I promise you everything is gonna be fine. And then he said like, that's the worst sentence I could tell him. Anything is gonna be fine. How is he gonna have his normal life? How is he gonna find the job now, being positive? How is he gonna blah 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 blah? And then he just suddenly started running, and he left that night. And I was like, shit, what I have to do? He was like, the only thing he told me, please, 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 I'm begging you, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone because you can literally destroy me. And I tell, like, this is not gonna happen. You are my boyfriend. I mean, I'm lucky that you are trusting me now to tell me, and I will have to test myself now. Maybe I am positive, but I know how I'm gonna take it is not the same as how a Chinese person is gonna take it, because I have a lot of information. So yeah, I had to. After that, he didn't want to talk. He didn't want to talk. He just wanted to talk if I test myself to tell him if I am positive or if I am negative. So I had to wait these 3 weeks, like the period that you need to 3 weeks to truthfully test. So these 3 weeks, I was really fucked up. I was like really worried. It's not that much about if I am HIV positive, because I know. I mean, nowadays you can have a normal life. If you get your pills, you can live until you are like 50, 60 with no problem. But I was more worried because I'm not in my country, I'm living in a foreign country. I'm doing business here, so is this China gonna cover to me? Because treatment is really expensive. I know Spain covers it, and I know Chinese government, it covers for Chinese citizens. But if I am not here, should I go back to my country? Should I have to stop all my business here? Just quit everything, go back? So I was not that worried about if I was HIV positive just for being HIV positive. I was more worried about what's going to happen with my life in terms of I'm an expat, I have my business here, I'm trying to do and running my business, my things here. But of course, if they cannot provide it to me, I mean, I had to get treatment, so I probably have to go back to Spain. How my parents are going to understand that I'm HIV positive when they barely accept that I'm gay. So it was like a very conflict in the sides, right? So I went to this center in China after the 3 weeks, so I was testing myself. And I was like, they are really nice. There is a free testing place here in Shenzhen. So if you need any type of help, like psychological, it's like an LGBT support place. So they're really nice. I went there. So they test my blood, and before they give you the results, they put you in a room with a psychologist. So I was talking with the psychologist for like maybe 20 minutes, right? So before that, he's just talking to you like, why did you do the test? Like, did you have any? Were you exposed to, or did you have like a risk sex or something like that? So I was telling him like, yeah, I just doing the test because my boyfriend, he's like positive. He just told me, he didn't know, no. And then he was telling me, okay, just try to convince your boyfriend to come here if he's not doing good, if he's not doing well, then we will try to help. But I need to be honest with you, your situation is quite more fucked up. And I was like, why? They were like, okay, because as you might think, maybe you didn't consider, but you are not a Chinese citizen. So if you are positive, now that you tell me you know everything about HIV, if you are positive, you will have to try to find a way to put them like illegally in China and buy them illegally, or you will have to leave China. There is not another option for you here. And I was like, dude, please, no, I'm just begging to not be positive because I cannot just stop all my business here. I invest a lot of time, I invest a lot of money, and I just cannot leave everything and go back to my country. So after the 20 minutes, talking with him and telling everything, all the exposures I have with my ex-boyfriend, he said he think I was going to have low chances. And when he gave me the results, I'm negative, so yeah. He gave me the results, and he said like, okay, don't worry, you are HIV negative. And I was like, Jesus shit, okay, thank God. Not because of the fact of being HIV positive, but because of the fact of all my business, all my vision of the life in terms of my career. So yeah, after that, I met my ex-boyfriend, already ex-boyfriend, because he didn't want to have anything. And of course, I understand everyone, we are different, we handle emotions different, and I am a person that I'm never gonna put pressure in someone, especially if you're in this type of situation, I understand Chinese culture, and I understand that here is really fucked up, and I understand if you're positive, you need a lot of time to understand it, to accept it. So I'm not gonna be that asshole that I'm gonna be putting pressure, like, come on, you have to meet, let's meet me. No, that's not gonna happen. So I just talked with him and I told him like, okay, I'm negative. And he told me like he feels way more released and he feels really happy because I am negative, but he still feels like shit because he's positive and he still doesn't know how to handle. He doesn't know how to release shit with anyone. The only one he could release shit is with me, but he doesn't want to talk with me. So he was telling me, okay, this is this two way that is killing him. Like, first, I don't want to talk with you because I almost made you HIV positive, but I need to talk with you because I need to release shit with someone and I don't know with whom. So I was like, dude, don't worry, I'm in. Okay, I understand we are not a couple anymore right now. It has been already like a month and a half since you told me, since we stopped talking, but it's okay. I'm here. We know each other already for a year. We can be friends. You can tell me whatever, right? Meanwhile, my friends, they were not talking to him. They're like, this fucking asshole. He broke up with you with no reason. Why he would do that? You were even going to move together. Because, of course, my friends, they were asking me, right? Like, dude, you were about to move together and now suddenly he just broke with you? And I was like, yeah, I talked to my ex-boyfriend. So he like, I don't want to lie to my friends. So you need to think, and you're going to tell me what you want me to tell them. I don't care. You create this story for me because I don't want to lie to my friends. But I understand that I cannot tell them the truth, right? So to my friends, I told him, like, I don't know. He's just struggling. I think, like, there is a fucked up member of his family. Like, he's, like, not doing well. So he just doesn't want to know anything about everyone. And I respect it. And so all my friends, they were like, I don't know, how can you respect that? He doesn't even want to talk with you. Maybe there is another guy. And I was like, dude, it's okay. And my friend was like, I don't even want to see him when we were partying together. So this happened, but I never told anyone except my flatmate because I was like, one day it was enough. I couldn't handle anymore. I was exploded. And yes, I told my flatmate. But yeah, this is like how these things went with my ex-boyfriend. After that, right now, this happens already like more than a year. Right now, we are friends, I guess. Like, we party together because we have friends in common. Right now, yeah, he's taking one pill per day. He's in the stage that he's undetectable, so he cannot infect anyone because they took it like really soon. So yeah, he's the level of ice is really low, so it's really good. The doctor told him that from the worst case that is being HIV positive, he's in the best play that he's just HIV positive, because usually it comes with something else, like with hepatitis or with something else. That's what doctor told him. So in the bad case, he's inside of the bad case. He's in the best situations, undetectable with 1 pill per day, and cannot like pass it to anyone. So yeah, I would say like his life has changed a lot. We still talk now. We talk like a friends. He got a lot of weight. He got really fat. Well, not really fat, but he gained a lot of weight because of the treatment, I guess. I don't know. He told me recently, like 2 weeks ago, he's not having sex with anyone. He doesn't know when is he going to be able. He accepts now that he is HIV positive, but that doesn't mean that he's open to talk with more people than friends, because he already told some friends. But he's not willing to tell anyone else. He's not willing to meet any guy. He's not willing to have sex. And he's not even jerking off. So I told him, like, dude, how big are your balls? Has been almost a year. You need to explode. I was like, dude, you need to go home and jerk off right now. Like, he started laughing. I mean, we're friends, right? So I want to say this is also connected with my job, right? Because first I have a lot of information about STIs, because I need to get the information for my job, because I work in a sex toy company. So this sex toy company is called Svacom. Svacom is an American brand. They have different branch in the States, in California. We have in Hong Kong, and we have in Shenzhen, and we have in Dongguan. So we are almost like 200 people, and is the fourth biggest company in intelligent pleasure. Like we have all type of vibrators with apps. We have like for couples, for individuals. We have masturbators. We have like cock rings. We have like app bullets. So when like my ex-boyfriend told me like, dude, and I'm not even jerking off. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna freaking put a freaking masturbator now in your dick, and you're gonna go to the bathroom, and you need to release shit in those terms. And he started laughing. I'm like, dude, I still cannot. I cannot even touch my dick. I'm like, okay, just don't touch your dick. We have things that they can do everything for you, so don't worry. Like the things will do everything, but he still cannot. He cannot do anything. So yeah, I would say like since I lived this story with him, first I helped a lot of people, a lot of STI positives through my company, because I post more and more about how to handle STIs especially in the Instagram, because I am the digital marketing guy from the company. So guys, if you have any question, if you have anything you want to talk about it, you can just drop me a message in the company profile, or you can go to my personal Instagram, because whenever I have a topic to talk about it, I just talk about it in the stories, or I make a live video in the company profile. So at the beginning, the profiles of the Svacom, this is the sex toy company, it was mainly just to talk about the toys, right? This is actually the business account. But then I was like, dude, what the fuck? No, this is not actually reality, and this is not just why people wants to follow us. So since I start talking about like this type of issues, how to handle STIs, how to prevent, talking about real cases in China, like all these things, like you cannot even imagine how many followers are getting now in the social media. I'm telling you, in January, we had like 4,000 something, and since January is when I started like talking like more open about STIs. I don't give a fuck putting my face in the profile company. I need to talk about how to handle this. What is the vision about STIs in different countries, right? Because we have customers all over the countries. So it was like 4,000 something. Now we are more over than 10K. So we are growing a lot because people liked our stories. We are talking about real cases, about, of course, anonymous. So if you need any type of guidance, if you need any type of help, and you have any question, just drop me a message. I will make a live video. I will just interact. Oh, and also have to say that I try to help as much as possible in the company. profile that we have over 10K, and in my personal that I have 30,000K. So also my personal profile is growing because I mainly talk about sex. But I also talk about all the problems, and I don't give a fuck what people say. So if you have, again, if you have, we can contact through Instagram, and I can talk about it. I will also say that we have a lot of customers that they are STI positives, that they trust our toys because they are not in the stage of having sex with anyone. I think this is an issue with a lot of people. Well, not an issue, it's a fact, right? Like my ex-boyfriend, he accepts now that he's HIV positive, but he is not ready to have sex with someone. So my advice, as I know from other customers, jerk off with a nice toy. You need to release. You are positive, yes, but you need to enjoy life. There's nothing bad with it. Another fact that I forgot to say, sorry, is like I was telling my ex-boyfriend when he was crying like, dude, I'm fucking sick, I'm gonna live like 20 less years. I was like, dude, you cannot fucking think like that. Are you kidding me? Maybe I go tomorrow to work, to the office, and a truck fucking hits me and kills me. You don't have to think you have 20 years less to live. You have to think you have 40 years to live. So live those 40 years. And you are taking 1 pill per day or 2 pills per day. It's not that bad. I mean, it's all because of the concept they have in the head. Because people with depression, they are also taking pills. People with other things, they are also taking pills. But it's not considered as taboo or as bad as having an STI. But actually, it's just a pill. In terms of physically, of course, mentally is different, and I totally understand, and it's really difficult. But I was trying to explain him, like, there are even people that they don't have an STI, but to handle their life, they need to take like 8 pills per day or 10. It can be such as bipolar people, it can be schizophrenia people. So let's handle it. Let's be positive. And we need to live our life. So the only thing I was trying to convince him is like, never in your life think how less you are going to live. Just be clear, you are going to live these years less, so enjoy more the years you have now. And I told him like, hey, you don't want to be in an office right now, fucking quit, go traveling, go start your business, do whatever you want to do, is your life, you can handle. And actually he told me like I was right, and he has now another really different vision of life. He quit his job. He doesn't want to be in an office, so he started as a freelancer, and he's traveling, and he adopted a dog. He always wanted to have a dog, so he's also going to this place to help other dogs. So he's like, dude, you were right. Now I don't give a fuck. Before I was sad because I was 24/7 in an office. Now I'm happy because of this. Now I am a freelancer. I have my dog. I'm traveling. I'm making a little bit less money, but I'm way more happier. And I'm also happy that you are still there. You are still my friend. Your friends are already there. They are supporting me. And the most incredible thing is that they don't mind if I am positive. And I was like, of course we don't mind, because there is nothing wrong with it. You are HIV positive. I am right-handed. My friend is blonde. You know, this is our comparison. There is nothing bad, right? But it's true that he already heard from some friends, like some bad comments, like it's okay, but let's just don't share any glass, or it's okay, but don't touch me. And I have to say, there was a big scandal here in Saint Jean. There is a really famous bar, like a club. So they made an announcement. Well, it was not like a really public announcement, but we know all each other, so we all know everything. You know, like, even though the cities are big, you get to know everything, right? It's like villages. So Saint Jean is quite big. We are almost 20 million people, but we get to know everything. So this bar, they they forbid the entrance of a guy we know because he's positive. And then I was like, what the fuck is going on? So they forbid him to go to this club, because he could infect another customers. So some customers, they were worried. So they talked to the club. So they forbid him to be in the club. So I was super fucking pissed off. So of course I spent like almost 3 days talking in my stories about this. Like, we have to just not go to this bar anymore. We have to do like go against them. This is like so fucked up. At the end, this guy, he left the city. He left the city because everyone got to know that he's positive. And as I'm telling you, it's like a persecution in China. It's really difficult to handle if you're Chinese. So at the end, he left the city. I know this guy, and right now I cannot even tell you where he is. So yeah. So what I want to say is like, this is fucked up. I understand that for so many people it's really fucked up to be HIV positive or STI positive, but just think like me as a Spanish, as European, I'm really lucky how they treat you if you are HIV positive. I mean, I understand you are sick and they don't always give you the best treat, but being in China made me realize how lucky we are and how much support we can get in any country, in the Western cultures, in Europe, in the States, even in South America. So I just want to say, like, this is not the end of the world yet. It will be because of other things, not because of our own problems. If you have any question, you can always feel free to talk to me. I am talking with a lot of people already. And yeah, I'm happy to share my story. The only thing is, like, I cannot say who is my ex-boyfriend. That's all.
Man, you did a great job. I didn't have to say anything. I didn't have to ask any questions. That was great.
Yeah?
Yeah, and you know what's crazy is that it's a lot smoother than I thought. So we probably could have just done this episode like I normally do where I talk, but the way you were going was just perfect, man. That was great. Thank you so much.
No problem. I have everything here like a journalist, step by step.
I love it. I love it. All right, y'all. This concludes this episode of Something Positive for Positive People. If you want to connect with me, feel free to reach out via spfpp.org. It's just the abbreviation of Something Positive for Positive People.org. And if you like this episode and like this format of the episode, and you feel like this is something that you're more comfortable with rather than an actual podcast episode, if you just want to share your story, I'll figure out a way that we can make that work in whatever way you're more comfortable with. This is a good process for people who are working through their diagnosis, who may be newly diagnosed and haven't become 100% comfortable with their diagnosis, and that's okay. The whole point of this is just really to empower people who are living with an STI to get to a place where they can advocate for themselves, even if it's just by talking and sharing their story to help uplift someone else. Any little thing makes such a big difference, and I appreciate everyone who's done so far, all of the future guests to come, which we've got some exciting ones coming up, so I hope that you all stick around for it. And if you'd like to contribute to Something Positive for Positive People.org, the nonprofit, then just connect with me, fill out the inquiry form that's on the website. I'm open to all feedback. Let me know if you'd like to donate, if you want to donate money, if you want to give time. The main thing that I want to focus on is being able to get people professional help that they may need if they are struggling with their diagnosis and are potentially suicidal, or if they are just really at a low place with this and need some support via mental health or just connection to support groups. And in addition to that, I want to help uplift I want this to be a great platform for sex educators to be able to spread their message so that we're able to get more people prepared for their STI diagnosis, or for if someone is to disclose to them, and get them connected to those resources as well. So any contribution helps. No matter what, I'm going to keep doing this. It's just with any help and involvement, I can do it a little bit more efficiently. So if you have feedback on the website, please let me know. know. This is the first time I've built a website on my own. I tried it before and just was like, nope, not happening. So I'm very proud of it. I'm excited about the purpose of it and what it's supposed to do, and I got to go through there and tweak it and make sure that it has the concise language necessary to let people know what that website is. So check it out again. It's spfpp.org, and you can also support us just by leaving a review for the podcast. It helps us become more attractive to sponsors so that that money can go to the nonprofit and help people get the support they need and help me be able to connect with all of the people around the world and organizations to be able to have them on this platform and be accessible to people who may be looking for their services. Till next time, stay sex positive.